Hello everyone, in this episode I propose we learn on some tactics by playing a puzzle streak. So this is the easiest puzzle, it's supposed to be the easiest puzzle. Black to play, I think we just have mate in one, so in general you want to be looking at checks first. And this is probably the most forcing one and it's actually checkmate, so that's easy. Next. Okay, again, mate, I don't see any, there are other checks to look at, of course, this one is fine, but it just doesn't quite cut it. Mate is going to be better any day. Okay, I'm seeing this check, which is exciting because of this square. King f8 is going to be mate, and king h8 is going to win the queen. Not quite a clean queen, it's queen for a rook, for knight, but it's still plenty good enough. Okay, there is that, which is not really a move that I'd considered because this just loses a rook, and it's still check. Okay, queen takes h6, no, so rook takes I think is better, because this is mate, okay. Notice the king has nowhere to go, it's just this square we need to control, so this is essentially mate, except that he still has this resource, but that's not really going anywhere. Okay. Mate in 2. Check. And mate. Okay, what's going on here? I can take... Okay, first of all, can I check the king? That should be the first thing to look at. Queen f2, no, there's no follow-up. Queen h2, no, because I don't capture with check, no follow-up. So I think realistically, and queen takes bishop is just absurd. So knight takes bishop would probably have to be the first move. But then what? If knight takes, queen takes, so first of all, what is the material? Material is equal, so if knight takes bishop works, I just win a piece and I'm up a piece, no? Knight takes, queen takes, I'm up a piece, I'm threatening mate. Doesn't, how is that a puzzle? I just don't really understand, it's a free piece, I just take it, no? That's it? Because I'm up a piece, I'm threatening mate, so he has to deal with it, and I don't know, like this, for example, and that's it. Okay. Strange puzzle. Okay, so this is check. Any other checks? With a knight, no. With a rook, no. With queen, no. I think this has to be the one, because this I really like. If king here... that would be mate because king takes is forced and then this will be mate. Okay, so this king here gets mated. So this king would have to go here, but if the king goes here, then we promote. And the king would have to go there, and we can at the very least could take here with check, or we could pick up this rook. Yeah, actually picking up this rook makes more sense because he's threatening mate here. Don't forget, you need to also look at what your opponent wants. So I think, yeah, the move is this, and this is forced, and then promote. Oh, well, of course, if he does that, it's the easy mate that we saw. Only one option, and then, for example, I don't know, even this or this. Yeah, all three moves actually win, I think. Okay. So So what do we have here? Rook takes. Yeah, rook takes. So queen takes is absurd, of course. King here, and then we go here, and we win a queen for a rook. But before we get overexcited, let's make sure there's no counterplay at the end of this line. So rook takes, queen. So queen takes. If he takes the, okay. First of all, rook takes, queen takes, it's check. So I'm up material, it's check. No, I'm not. That's fine. No need to calculate. This, it's not check. Just yes, I'm going to win a queen on the next turn versus a rook, but can he throw anything in between? Not really. This just goes nowhere. This pawn's not going anywhere. This knight cannot touch me. He's at least 2 moves away from checking. So really, this is just clean. Right. So queen g7 would be mate if it wasn't for rook takes g7. However, there's another variation, which is pawn takes. This is actually the mate. Let's see. Any checks? No. Any captures? No. Any threats? Yes, probably. We can, I mean, we have knight c5, but this is tricky. Because, okay, no checks. Okay, this one's difficult. No checks, no captures, so it's not as obvious as the previous one. What could we be threatening? This, of course, threatens a queen, but the problem is, and this one, so it's a double attack. In theory, winning a piece, but in practice, no, he can just do that, right? Ah, but then he walks into another fork. Oh, and this, if he goes here, again, this fork. Okay, so that works. Basically, he's forced to put himself in a forking square and then lose an exchange and a pawn, because he would probably have to play this to lose the least amount of material, and then like maybe this, I don't know, or knight takes or king takes, I don't know. Either way, I win material and there's no counterplay. He doesn't have any counterplay to show for the lost material. So black to play. Okay, so this would be mate if it wasn't for that pesky rook. However, what if we start with this and it actually forces this? Takes, we push, and how exactly does he stop the pawn? He pushes. So I also can't stop his pawn, except that I promote first with check. So I'm in time to block this. He would have to go here, and I can go here with my queen and then pick up the pawn easily, and it's game over. Okay. So this is it. Yes, of course they tell you that this is the end of the puzzle, but I would say it's not. You have to see the next move. Like, if he continues like that, which is logical, right? I have this, and he doesn't have any good follow-up. At the end, I have that. And there's just no way for him to block. I mean, of course, he's not going to give the... If he does this, I just pick up the knight. Well, I can probably just do that, and it's just not going anywhere. Okay, I saw this idea, thinking, oh, this is mate, but it's not, because he still has this square. But that's when, yeah, when something doesn't work in tactics, you should also consider the other move order. Like, what if you throw in this one first? So if queen h8, rook f8 doesn't work, what about inverting the move order? And now it works because this pesky square is controlled by the queen. That's the difference. A rook on h8 doesn't control this square, but a queen does. Okay, that's a pretty easy mate, I think, because it's just forced. Boom, right? There's just nothing for him to do. Okay. Somehow I just want to play rook takes bishop, but before I do that, let's look at... Okay, checks, that's not good. Just don't really have anything, even if we could win this. Nah, it's just not enough for the material. If I take this, he cannot take with this one for obvious reasons, so he would have to take with this one, and that opens up this check, which is nasty. If the king comes here, this is going to be lights out. So that means after this, this, and check, which we could probably already play, I'm pretty sure that's correct, but let's just verify that it works, because we're sacking an exchange in this line. We're sacking an exchange for a pawn, so it's almost not really a sacrifice, like it's just 1 point of material, but... And if nothing else, we have this pawn probably, so we're not even really sacking that much, hitting this rook. But I think I also want to check until the end of the line to make sure it really wins. So we saw that this is not good. If he goes here, I put a rook here, and it's lights out for the same reason, and here, same thing. Okay. Well, if he does that, then of course we win. Yeah, I think the simplest is just this. Oh, it's the only move actually. Yeah. Isn't that just mate? Oh no, sorry. There's this pesky knight. Still, it's a useful observation to make. This is not mate because of that knight. Okay. Can we continue the line? Ah, we can continue the line. Now it's mate. Because there are two ideas. One, when you see something that almost works but doesn't quite, first of all, don't stop calculating. Because and there's a temptation to just give up and saying, oh, it doesn't work. No, maybe it does work if you continue the line. So that's mate. But even if it wasn't, another idea could be, in general, not in this puzzle, in general, another idea could be, let's try to eliminate this knight. In this case, it's quite simple. I think we'll stop this video at 20 puzzles, and perhaps we'll do another one after, between, I don't know, from 20 to 30 or something like that. Because this puzzle will become more and more difficult. It will take more and more time to explain, and even for me to find the solution before I have anything to explain. Okay, so notice this bishop that controls this square. So it means that if I could deliver a check on this file, it would be mate. And I can. So let's do that. Okay, so I noticed the king and the queen on a forking square. So this would essentially win the queen. Well, not a free queen, of course, because I lose at the very least. Yeah, I'd have to calculate. Let's calculate. I mean, it looks like the starting point. This is pinned down, so it's not even allowed to move. He's not allowed to move it. So he moves the king. First of all, he can move the king and attack the rook. That would make probably the most sense. Then I take this. He can then take my rook, so it's going to be queen for rook minimum. Yeah, this is tricky. There's a lot of counterplay at the end of this line. Because, yes, I take the queen, but it's not with check. So first of all, he can take my rook, or he could take this one with check. And if king takes rook g2, king h3, there's no rook h8, it's not mate, because I take the rook on g2. So he would get a bishop. Okay, I still think it wins. But let's verify. Like this. So +9. -5, so that's +4. And then what? Probably I have this. Yeah, okay, because his king's exposed in this line. So I'm not sure he wants to go after this. I think he wants to go after that instead. So I think realistically the best line for him might just be this, and then going after this one. But this I calculated that it's not dangerous. I take here and he doesn't have anything there, because I just take and there's no this because this. So I think, yeah, this just wins. Oh, but if he does that, it's even easier. It's a lot easier because I take with check. So that's so much easier. What's rook g8? Queen takes f6. Queen g7, queen takes. Okay. That's the idea. And here you don't take the queen. No. You do this, and now he has to give up the queen and mate. Okay, last one. Puzzle number 20. Okay, I see it. Yeah, so no checks, no captures. It's actually a threat, and the threats are, you need to threaten the queen. Now, if you do this, the problem is the queen can just escape, first of all, here, but also it can just escape by gobbling up your pawns, and that's no good, because then this knight is undefended, so no. The move is this. And here the queen is just trapped. So it's pretty simple. One move and white can resign. There's just nothing he can do. The queen is just trapped. What could he do? Apart from queen takes bishop, which is equivalent to resigning. Queen takes... No, that's it. It's just resign. That's it. The best move. If the computer tells you that this is the best move, it just shows you how desperate the position was. Okay, that's the end of this video. We'll do another one with perhaps more intermediate level puzzles. These were, let's say, the easier ones.